Dear friends, on this fifth Sunday of Lent, let us reflect on day's Gospel, John chapter 12, verses 20 to 33. Jesus says in the Gospel, "Unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain. But if it dies, it bears much fruit." In every death there is life. This is the big message of Lent and of Easter. The grain of wheat will die and will through death nourish us with food. In my life, what needs to fall into the earth and die in order for me to bear much fruit? At the end of the Gospel, Jesus promises that He will draw us to Himself. It is like that little girl in an anecdote who got lost on a trek in a forest. It started growing dark, and the little girl was frightened. She hid herself behind a bush and remained there a bit scared. The father began to go in search of his little one, worried and anxious. At a point, he reached the bush where the little girl was hiding, and as he peeped in to check that bush out, the little girl shouted with a great relief, "Daddy, I found you." At times we think we are in search of God, or that we find God and understand God. The fact is the other way. God is in search of us constantly. It is God who draws us to Himself. We read in John chapter 6, verse 44, "No one can come to me unless drawn by the Father." Today, Jesus assures us that He will draw us to Himself where He is. Let us heed His invitation today and make our faith in Jesus more and more strong as the rock. Amen.